let's just jump right into it because I want to talk about that game because it's so fresh on our minds. So the Patriots were at Las Vegas, and before we even get to that play, let me just say this. The Patriots defense played pretty bad the first half. We know that the offense was going to be bad. They only mustered up 3 points, but the fact that the Raiders were up 17-3 at halftime, you almost said, wow, this team is horrible. They need to wake up. And they did, because Kyle Duggar had the touchdown, and then it was like 3 and outs. The Ramondre Stevens actually was the best player for the Patriots, and they actually took the lead with 3 minutes left. They were up 24-17, and then the Raiders come back. They tie it with that Cole play, and let me just say this: Devontae Adams did not play well that game. Yeah, I think he had a total of 28 yards and 4 catches. So they locked him down. Renfro got locked down. I think he had like 2 catches. So they were actually
didn't do. I mean, he had a touchdown.
He had a touchdown, but he didn't. Yeah, he wasn't explosive. So, but then Hollins, for some reason, he used to play for Miami, and he used to be, kind of like give the Patriots, a run for their money. They forgot all about him, and he torched them, which, you can't say. If you got the best player and you got him on lockdown, so no name is going to come up and have a good game. Fine, let it be. That's the way it was. But then that touchdown call, listen, I'm not going to say that there was enough to overturn it, but he was out.
I don't know. I think it was, I can see it. There is no excuse for the NFL not to have better camera angle, more options available for us to be able to see whether he was in bounds or out of bounds. Looking at it, I thought it was close. It was tough to tell, and obviously there wasn't enough to overturn the call. But you would have, and I don't blame the referee, who may not have had a good angle from where he was either, or she was, to be able to make a good call. But that's what they went with. And then looking at the replay, I don't think there was enough to overturn it. So, it is what it is. I think it was close. I can't say definitively, though. Like, I wouldn't bet my paycheck, if we were to go back and look at it, that he was, out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, it was a 50-50 call, and I think the refs were like, let's just go with whatever the call was on the field, which, you have to respect and move on. But so the game is tied 24-24. I think we get the ball back with about 33 seconds left. They do 2 pass plays. Horrible. Let me just say this. Mac Jones played bad. All right, Ron. Well, you had this prediction 23-17 with New England winning. I had a 24-17 with New England winning, but the final score was 24-30.
Yeah, and I had texted you at some point when Waller and their slot receiver, can't remember his name now, but Renfro, when they both became active, it was a chance like throughout the whole week that they were going to both be activated. But once they finalized that they were going to be active, I thought at that point, okay, the Raiders are going to win. I thought that would be the difference. But, looking at the game, they didn't really do much like we said at the beginning. It wasn't really that Waller and Renfro made huge plays. It was just a matter of Patriots offense not unable to do like anything on offense. So, and then that critical mistake at the end.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing with me is that it's almost like a sign saying we've gone rogue. Mm-hmm. It's almost like them saying we're not gonna do anything that we've been taught for this whole season. We're gonna do our own thing.
Yeah.
And these are the best players on offense that said, you know what? Fuck my Patricia. We're gonna do it our way. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Terrible end.
Yeah, it was. It was crazy. Crazy ending. That's for sure.
All right, so let's talk about our other loser on this squad, Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. Ron, you had Cincinnati winning 28-13. Final score was 34-23. I had Cincinnati winning 24-17. Final score 34-20. So we basically almost had the same exact score. What happened? Because we both watched this game live as it happened. And what happened?
Tom, it's time to hang it up. I don't know what else to say. He's not a good quarterback anymore. Just isn't, and he just, and this has been the case for like the last few years, but when you force him to move his feet just a little bit, he's just like completely off. He missed quite a few throws, I thought, in the game. And, and then it was a weird game because they were up, right? They were up, 17-3 initially. Their defense was playing well. And then the second half, I don't know what the heck happened, especially to their defense. They got steamrolled, gave up 31 points that second half. So, I just think this might be it for the Bucs, even though they're still in first place still in that horrible division. You're looking at a team that's going to be one and done when they make the playoffs, if they make the playoffs.
I mean, we were applauding. Well, who was commentating this game? Because we were both thinking because he was like, oh, this defense is a championship defense. And we were like...
It was it Romo? I can't remember now.
Mm-hmm. But I just know that, somehow he was like applauding this defense. And we were like, it's only the first half.
Yeah. We hadn't seen that all year. So we hadn't seen them play that well all year. So it was just a matter of time, I think, for Cincinnati to come in and start scoring in the second half. But for them to just be steamrolled in the second half, that's not acceptable at all.
No, and I mean, when we look at the stats, Tom Brady, 2 interceptions, 30 for 44. He threw the ball a lot. And it's almost like they didn't really have a running game. That was kind of surprising. I mean, Leonard Fournette should have been like all over Cincinnati. But it's, I don't know what's going on. This Tampa Bay defense, and even if, they do make and they win this division, this is like a one and done team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is a team that needs next year I think they need to blow the whole thing up and start over, especially on offense for sure. But even on defense, just the way they play this year, they need to probably look at everyone and figure out whether or not it's good to keep their players.
And it wasn't like Cincinnati was playing, it's not like Joe Burrows had 350 yards. He only had 200 yards, but then he had 4 touchdowns. Probably because there were so many interceptions. I mean, this was a total letdown. We both picked the Bucs to lose. 2
picks and 2 fumbles lost by Brady. So 4 turnovers for Brady in that one game. Not good.
Not good. And who are they playing next week?
They have week 16. Arizona. They got the Cardinals.
Well, maybe that will alleviate some things, but they just one and done. Dallas is going to come in here and wreak havoc.
Yeah.
That's basically what it comes down to. So the only winner that we have is the Steelers.
Let's go.
Yeah, the Steelers were Carolina, where you were at Carolina, right? And you went with the Panthers beating Carolina 24-17. I thought that Carolina was going to beat them 20-13. The final score was 24-16. Ron, you actually went over 20 points. Mm-hmm. What happened in this game?
We ran the ball. We ran, and we ran some more. I mean, that's what it really came down to. Trubisky played well. There was some controversy who was going to be, I guess, the starter. I don't think it was controversy. I think there was some questions, I guess. But I think I I knew going in that was going to be Trubisky to play, and then he would be on a short leash. But we just had a lot of success running the ball, and then defensively, I think I read some stat or I heard some stat that the Panthers' longest run was 5 yards. Everything besides that was like either a loss. It was tons of losses, and then like 1 or 2 yard gains. And that was it. So defensively, the Steelers played really good. We attacked the run. We stopped them from running the ball, and held them 16 carries, 21 yards rushing total. And they had to rely on Darnold to make plays, and he wasn't able to do that. So all in all, I thought we played really well. We controlled the game. Mitch played well, and we did what we needed to do to win. And we probably could have scored more points, to be honest with you. I think we just said, we got control of the game. Let's just keep running it.
And that win, does that win put you? What needs to happen for the Steelers basically to make the play?
A lot needs to happen. So we're still, what place are we in? We're at 13th right now. When you look at the playoff picture, so we're still in it. We're not mathematically out, but a lot needs to happen. Starting with us beating the Raiders when we play them this week. They're also 6-8, and they're in it. So we got teams like the Browns, the Jags, the Jets, the Pats that are all ahead of us, and then the Dolphins sitting in that 7th spot too. So, and then Chargers in the 6th spot. So a lot needs to happen for us to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that the Steelers can get on a run here. Mm-hmm. I'm just not sure, because who on your remaining schedules?
So we got the Raiders, and I think who do we have after that? I know we end with is it Cleveland?
So you have the Raiders, Ravens, and the Browns.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to win out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There, you cannot lose against the Raiders or the Ravens or defending Watson. You have to win out, basically.
We have to win out, and we need help. So teams like the Jets, the Chargers, that win that they had this week definitely hurt us. They probably need to lose out at this point. The Patriots need to lose. We got the Raiders this week, so it's a good chance for us to knock them down a game. So,
yeah, I feel like this could be. I mean, it's wide open, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of 6-8 teams that can make it. I mean, we were talking about Jacksonville can like win the division
mm-hmm.
outright. So it's just your typical last week crazy week. Let's talk about our upset special, because you had New Orleans in Atlanta. You had Atlanta winning 27-20. They actually dropped the game to the Saints 21-18. So why did you pick Atlanta?
I just thought that they needed a spark, and that's why they went to Ritter, and I thought Ritter would give them that. Now, they got down pretty early. I didn't watch a lot of the game, but I know they were down like 14-0 right off the bat. So they were playing from behind. It didn't stop them from running the ball. They just kept running, which is good. I'm glad they did that. Tyler Aguirre, that's how you pronounce his name, ran really well, 17 for 139 yards. And then Patterson, 14 for 52, both of them having touchdowns. So, I think, as far as Ritter, he didn't play well, obviously. 13 for 26, less than 100 yards, but that's what happened when you're a rookie. It's the first time seeing any action. We're here in week 15, so there'll be some growing pains for him. I think it says a lot more about the Saints, though, where they barely win a game or can barely hold on against a rookie quarterback and a team that's just like one-dimensional. They can only run the ball. So,
yeah, that team is not going anywhere anyways. For my upset special, I got the Rams winning over the Packers. That game is currently on TV because we're recording this on Monday night, and it's 3-0 Rams? 3-3?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's some upside there, I guess, in some kind of weird way. So